is time again to take a peek under the hood on my $83,979 stock portfolio. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. This is going to be a good one. My investment portfolio sits over on Wealthsimple as it is my favorite commission-free broker, and they have a habit of adding lots of cool features. Most times I see something I'd like to see, they end up adding it, and that drives up their customer service ratings by, well, a mile. Normally, I show you everything at the source, so over on Wealthsimple. However, I am going to do it a little bit differently this time. In fact, we will be using Blossom to show you my portfolio. Blossom is a very cool social media app for Canadian investors. Not only does it give you a chance to connect with like-minded folks, it gives you an option to link your portfolio so you can share your investing journey with other investors. This feedback and the overall conversation on Blossom makes it easier to get input and easily gives you a boost up on that learning curve. You can still utilize Blossom without sharing your portfolio for those investors who like to keep it a little bit closer to the vest. Join the conversation. Let us know in the comments if you are using Blossom yet. Your participation is well appreciated. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on future content, and a huge thank you for that click. There are two different views in Blossom. The public view, which is what others can see. In this mode, it does not tell you how much money the Blossom user has invested, but only breaks down their percentage allocation. So when you look at my portfolio on Blossom, all you know is that I have a 7.53% stake in Canoe, a 5.05% in YTSL, and so on. If you switch to private view, then you get to see the number of shares and the dollar amounts involved, all of the fine details. No worries, only you can see your own private view unless you throw it up on YouTube like I'm about to do. You can also sort by daily returns or all-time returns. If we look at my all-time returns, we have YTSL leading the pack with a 72.12% ROI. Holy banana bread. Then we got Microsoft coming in at second with 29.17%. That's followed by McDonald's and Alphabet. You can definitely tell the American tech sector has been pumping. I also like the dividend view where I can see how much each of my dividend stocks is contributing to, well, my total dividend amount. In this case, YTSL is coming in with 16% of my total dividends. It is very cool the perspectives you can get in the Blossom app. There is so much more I can show you on Blossom, but seriously, just experience it for yourself by clicking on my referral link below, and be sure to fire me off a follow once you get in. This is a reveal video, so let's skip any further ado and get right into my portfolio. We will begin with my biggest position, which should be no surprise as it is still Canoe with a ticker of EIT.UN. I have loved this income fund for a very long time, and that may be the only reason I have allowed it to be above the 5% stake that I try to limit my stocks to. They currently have a, well, 7.53% stake in my portfolio. Up next is the Purpose Tesla Yield stock, ticker YTSL, and this stock has been delivering crazy returns and dividends. I did recently sell off a little to edge that stake back closer to 5%. They currently have a 5.05% stake. Next we have Tourmaline with a ticker of TOU. Oil has struggled this year, but true to their word, TOU has been serving up lots of special dividends. As such, I hold a 5% stake. I have been adding to QQCC, which is a Horizons NASDAQ focus ETF. They have not disappointed, and with tech doing so well in the US, this ETF has met all my expectations. I hold a 4.91% stake. My love of railroads sees me with a 4.84% stake in the Canadian National Railway, ticker CNR. This is one of my best blue chip stocks for sure. Serve Royalty, ticker SRV.UN, is another stock that just keeps on going. Even on the bad days, they tend to be one of the few stocks that remains mostly green in my portfolio. As a result, I have a 4.76% stake. Keeping the royalties going, we have Pizza Pizza with a ticker of PZA, and I hold a 4.49% stake. HYLD is one of the more popular Hamilton ETFs, and I do hold a 4.44% stake. They did recently cut their dividend, so I am paying a little closer attention to this one for sure. Diversified Royalty, ticker DIV, has been a nice little royalty stock in my portfolio for years. However, their payout ratio is almost up to 200%, so they are concerning to me. I may be looking to move out of this position while I'm still in the green. ENS is a cool little split core that invests in Enbridge and brings some nice dividends to my portfolio. I have a 4.05% stake, and that may move up once the oil markets recover a little, so probably in the fall. Fortis, ticker FTS, comes in with a 4.02% stake. As you know from my last video, I am not crazy about their debt. I am in a hold pattern with them and will not add any more until I see some debt improvement. I have been a stout advocate of Timber Creek Financial, ticker TF, and I still like them, but their payout ratio is getting high, and that is enough to have me a little more watchful with them. I hold a 3.64% stake. Slate Grocery REIT with ticker SGR-UN comes in next with a 3.58% stake. I really do like this REIT. I hold a 3.27 stake in XEG, and they are one of my favorite oil ETFs. I will probably top this ETF to 5% eventually. Microsoft, with a ticker of MSFT, holds a 4.45% stake in my portfolio. This is a fantastic long-term blue chip hold. You can't go wrong with Microsoft. I do have a 3.05% stake in TELUS, ticker T. This is another great blue chip stock. With a 4.03% stake, I have Alphabet with ticker GOOG. Once again, another great blue chip tech stock. Also the owner of YouTube, so I may be a little biased on how much I love them. Getting back to my royalty stocks, we have a 2.84% stake in Freehold Royalties with a ticker of FRU. Hammond, ticker HPS-A, comes with a 2.84% stake. And I only added this one recently after I did a video that had them in it. And since then, well, gosh, darn it, they've already gone up 14%. Craziness. BK is another split core that holds the big six banks. They have a decent dividend, and I have a 2% stake. Getting back to the railroads, we have CPKS with a ticker of CP. This is a position that is only 1.47%, but I'd like to take it a little bit higher. Apple, ticker AAPL, is another of my US blue chip tech stocks, and I hold a 1.8% stake. Up next, we have National Bank with a ticker of NA, and I hold 1.18% in that bank. Coca-Cola comes in next with ticker KO. I have a 1% stake, and it is one I am open to increasing the position. Next, we have McDonald's with ticker MCD, and they hold a 0.95% stake. VEQT is a Vanguard All Equity ETF, and I have a very small 0.58% stake in them. A newer position to my portfolio is HMAX, another Hamilton ETF, and I am up to a 0.61% stake thus far. CDZ is a Dividend Aristocrat ETF, and I have a small 0.53% stake. Toronto Dominion Bank, ticker TD, is a position I do intend to increase, though for the time being, it is only a 0.48% stake in my RRSP. My smallest position is a U.S. royalty stock called Cross Timbers Royalty Trust, which has a ticker of CRT on the NYSE. This is one I do intend to grow for sure. Phew, there we have it. The current state of my portfolio. Remember, if you want to see everything I do between these quarterly portfolio deep dives, there are only two ways you can do that. Follow me on Blossom or become a channel member, as I do report all my activities to the channel members. So once again, either being a channel member or checking me out on Blossom is the way to go. Don't forget that link for Blossom is right below in the pinned comment. If you are not on Blossom yet, what are you waiting for? Get over there now. Keep the learning going. Watch my video on Fortis, linked on the left, or test YouTube's recommendation skills by checking out the video on the right. Your choice will decide the winner. See you in the next video.